Nakht, an ancient Egyptian high priest, was to face judgment by the gods, just as any Egyptian would have to do before they settle into their afterlife. Nakht, being a high priest, would normally be the one to instruct citizens about the journey they would face, just to make it to their afterlife. He would prepare the Book of the Dead for the people. The Book of the Dead was a script that was locked in the tomb with the mummified body to ensure that it would not be taken once the tomb was permanently placed in the grave. Once the soul traveled, it would be asked a series of questions from a panel of 42 gods that were to be feared. The soul must proclaim the sins that he or she did and did not commit. If their answers are wrong, or if they forgot what they should have said, the deceased would never make it to the afterlife. Some of these gods had names like Strider, Eater of Shadows, and Breaker of Bones. This group of gods were known as the Panel of Two Truths. If the Book of the Dead worked and the 42 gods were appeased, they would then send the soul to meet the god of the underworld. This god of the underworld is Osiris. Osiris is one of the most important gods of the ancient Egypt. He was both the god of fertility and embodiment of the dead. He was also a resurrected king. Osiris made the final decision for the passage of the body. He would put the heart of the body on a scale. On the other side of the scale was a feather. If the heart did not balance, then the mummy was not allowed to enter into the next life. If things went bad and the heart did not weigh as much as the feather, there was a demon there that was ready to eat the heart of the mummy. Therefore, it could not pass into the next life. And this demon had a name. His name was Amit. Nakht, being the high priest that he was, had a much better plan than the other people who had passed before him. He would have two gods as personal transporters to get him through the panel of 42 gods. One of the gods is Horus, god of war, thought to be son of Osiris as well. On the other side of Nakht was the god Thoth. He was the god of the moon, and also performed duties of transporting messages between gods. I imagine that Thoth already knew what Nakht's journey would turn out like. Horus and Thoth were also given the task of protecting Nakht, even in the afterlife, after Nakht had been anointed by Osiris during the scale stage of his passage. Nakht was given passage to the Field of Reeds, which to ancient Egyptians was heaven. This is the afterlife.